Guys, welcome back. Full time Reds. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday morning. Um, I kept. I'm still recovering from the Liverpool defeat, as most fans are. I didn't want to do a video which was overreactionary after my match reaction. I just thought I'd take a few days out, analyze what's been going on, what I think is going to go on, and in this video, I'm going to give you my view on what I think will happen over the next 6 to 8 weeks at Manchester United. If you've not, anybody that's watching new, we're a Manchester United channel that gives an unbiased, level-headed opinion and chat. We're trying to build a community, so please do get involved. Please do subscribe, follow, press the bell icon, and help us grow. And get involved in the chat as well. And let me know what you think. If anyone's been watching me since obviously last year, when I watched Tottenham against Manchester United at Old Trafford last November, I think it was, and I think Ange Postecoglou had been there a few months or something, and we were saying at the time that our team, we've got a lot of injuries, hence why we're not playing very well, similar to what's being said now. And Ange Postecoglou came to Old Trafford with his fourth choice midfield, and he had Skip in there, and they played us off the park. I remember it very, very well. The midfield just ate us up. And at that point, my penny started to drop. I thought, hang on a minute. If they can do it, why can't we do it? And we're sitting here now, a year on nearly from that, and we're still in the same position. And I've watched a lot of analysis by a lot of people that have a much better idea tactically. I'm no tactician, and I'm not one of them channels to preach I'm a tactician. I just talk about what I see with my eye. And I've watched a lot of the tactical views, and I've had Coach Rafaz on here. I was speaking to him on WhatsApp as well. And it's just a repeat of what we've been doing, and which is literally just pumping the ball up. If you look at the Casemiro goals, as soon as he gets it, he's being asked to pump it to the wingers. And then there's the gaps which everybody keeps going on about, and we can see them. And then Kobe Mainoo's getting isolated, and it's just a mess. And I'm thinking, like, we've spent more money, we've added 5 players in, we've changed the coaches, we've changed everything around the manager, we've changed it, so you cannot now blame Maguire, McTominay, whoever, because all these it's half of his team. And I just don't see how this improves, in a sense of, we will go to Southampton, in my opinion, we'll probably get a win, and the worst, I think, we'll get a draw. It's the fixtures of Tottenham and Villa, and I think this is going to get worse based on what we. So I know I'm going a bit all over the place, but bear with me and it'll make sense. So we've added in Ugarte. Ugarte even can't cover that space, and Ugarte can't spring them balls either. That they're asking Casemiro to spring. Number one. Number two is, when Casemiro's best season was with Fred, who covered a lot of space, so Ugarte could potentially add that in. But since then, other teams are much more wiser on how to play. So this isn't Ten Hag's first season where he's trying to be figured out. Coaches know exactly how to line up against him. And he just doesn't seem to have a plan B. And he's stuck in this way of playing. And the United Muppeteers, who do great work, I saw one of their graphics that they put out on their video, and you could see that when the fullback, we're just playing long, and then we get overturned, and then we're left with the opposition of a +1 on us on every time, and that's what Liverpool had. And I think I do not look. I saw the result against. I was saying that he was going to go last year, and then he won the FA Cup. I still thought, I wasn't one of them that got caught up in it, because one game doesn't change for me what had been going on for so long. Some people might even argue this has been going on since the Carabao Cup final when we beat Newcastle. So then we got into the summer, and I thought, he's going to probably get supported, which he did then, because once they extended his contract. And we're still in the same position. And this is unexcusable, because two of the managers we've lost to have only been in the second, third game. Brighton manager has only been in there in his second game, and the Liverpool manager was in his third game. And because he won't change, I feel he will not last. I just can't see him picking up enough results. We've got Porto as well, I'm pretty sure, before the next international break, which is in mid of end of October. And it's just it's and if you look at his press conferences as well, there's a slight like, what, I'm too good, what do you mean? We are doing it. Like, mate, you're not. You not see this? I can see this, you can see this. You can play a counter attack against City, who are expected to have the ball, but you're now in your third year expected to put it on teams, just like Solskjaer in his third team, in his third season, we're expected to go from counter attack to now put it on teams, hold on, take it to them, hold the ball, dictate the game. This is Manchester United. This is not um, another team. A cup win is not enough. You could go to Tottenham and Newcastle win a cup, probably get a 10-year contract. Here, it's not enough. There's a way you have to win, and he's just not. And I feel he's out of his depth a bit. He's reminding me a lot of Solskjaer towards the end, and he's reminding me a lot of Mourinho, where they just haven't got an idea. And in his case, he's got new coaches, and he must not be listening to him. And then when we've said we want to go to a game model, and we're not, and it's just a same old, same old. His away record is terrible against the big teams. You know, we've been pumped heavily in some games. Sunday was lucky that I was watching it, and I said this as soon, even when the offside goal went, I said this is gonna get nasty. And which, and I've seen, and I just don't see it improving. I've not, even with new players, new coaches, it's the same. Also, at that point, you have said the issues with the manager. Is he out of his depth? He must be, because he doesn't want to lose his job. It's a high profile job, so he'll want to keep his job. But the problem is that he doesn't know how to, and that is the problem. And you're seeing it again and again and again. I know. Look, people are saying he'll get sacked. I don't think he'll get sacked now. My honest opinion is, based on what I have seen, is I cannot see him lasting until the next trans international break. I hope things change. We were up against Southampton. We pump them. We start hitting form. Something clicks. I really do. But he is just not helping himself, and eventually, decision will be made based on results. Because what you don't want to be doing is going to the next international break towards the bottom half of the table, and then suddenly you could start getting dragged into relegation talk. Not a relegation battle, but the media will just make it sound the worst. For United could go down, odds are United are going to go down, start getting opinions, and the pressure will be too much. And we shouldn't put ourselves in that position, really. We just shouldn't. You give him 2 3 games. If it doesn't improve, you have to make the cut. It's as simple as that. And it tells you also that Ineos only triggered his option to his 1 year option on his contract. They didn't give him a new contract because they'll be unsure which direction they're moving from. Here will be interesting if they were to remove him, because I think it's not as simple as get him out, get somebody in. Because you've took 2 managers and made them into first team coaches, and then a new manager will come in and say, I don't want these guys. So they might want to, do they give it Rude? Do they give it Tuchel? I don't know. I don't even want. For me, an ideal situation is Ten Hag hits the ground running, but he is on thin ice. Like, any points he had in the bank are out now. He's done with, and he's just not helping himself. You know, you'd expect. I remember Arteta's third season when Jesus came into that summer, and I watched him in pre-season, and I remember. I think there was Chelsea under Tuchel. They pumped him like 4-1 in the US. I'm like, wow, okay. And I watched a couple and thought, okay, you can see something happening here. And here, we have not moved on since the Carabao Cup final. We are stuck in the same place, and there's just no idea on how he wants to change. We can't, and this content. Oh, we need, mate. He's got all half of that team's his, and the ones he's playing are the ones that he likes. Um, all Also, another thing that is not being said, by yesterday I saw one video, was Bruno Fernandes needs to, this this level of performance by him cannot be. If this was Harry Maguire, fans would be going crazy. Bruno Fernandes in big games doesn't perform, in my opinion, and from what I've seen in the last year. And on Sunday, for a captain, he was nowhere to be seen. He loses his head in these games as well. And as soon as we went one down, you will expect him as the leader to get on the ball, just get the team involved. But he was nowhere, nowhere. And I think he's somebody that needs to step up because the pressure will be on him now. Rashford is Rashford what he is. I didn't think he was that bad, to be honest, on Sunday. Out of all of them, I thought he was half decent. He created two chances, but no one else was any better than him as well. So whether it is what it is, but let's hope things improve in the next game against Southampton and we can kick on and then move on. But it really needs to kick on because this is going to turn and it's going to turn very quickly. Like I said, please do subscribe, get involved, and you'll catch me